California. Well, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to this evening's product call put on by Sleep International. My name is Mike Panko, and I'm calling in from my home office here in Akron, Ohio. I'm so excited to be able to introduce this evening's call. As you hear, individuals are calling in from all over North America and right around the world. So as we start this evening's call, I'd like to give you a little bit of background information on our company. CJ International was founded by a gentleman by the name of Ken Brailsford. And for those of you that do not recognize Ken by name, Ken is literally an icon in the network marketing and direct distribution industry. Throughout the history of network marketing, guys, there have been a total of 24 companies that have reached the status of what we call a legacy company. Now, a legacy company is one that has reached $1 billion in sales, has stayed in business for more than 20 years, and is still in business today. Ken Brailsford is the only individual that has founded 2 out of these 24 companies. Ken was the co-founder of Nature Sunshine and the founder of Enrich International. Now, Zija International is certainly poised to be his 3rd legacy company. And these are exciting times with Zija. The company is expanding rapidly right around the globe. We're opening up new markets, we're releasing new products, and we're literally helping tens of thousands of people with their health. These products are revolutionizing the health and wellness industry. So to further discuss these products on this evening's call, I'm extremely honored to introduce one of the top distributors in the company, the host of this evening's call, and Distributor Leadership Council member, and holistic health professional, Pat Anderson. Pat has been an entrepreneur and business owner for over 20 years, and she brings a wealth of knowledge to Zija International. She is growing the business right around the world, and I'm pleased to welcome her to the call. Welcome to the call, Pat.
Well, Michael, thank you so much for that kind introduction, and congratulations to you and your team on all your success. Wow, guys, are we ever exploding? It is unbelievable. I just had the privilege of going to San Diego and meeting up with our founder, Ken Brailsford, this weekend, along with a lot of the leaders in the company, and you can just feel the excitement that's happening right now with the leaders. They're seeing their businesses grow, and it's because of our product and because of our company leadership that we are. I got into the business because of the product. It did such great things for me that I really didn't have a choice but to pay it forward and introduce it to other people that have health challenges. And one of those people that I introduced it to is on our call tonight. I'm so excited to introduce Dr. Noreen Ziegler from Indiana. And Noreen and I, we've known each other for quite a few years because she was a distributor of a product that I manufacture. And Noreen, I'd just like you to welcome you to the call, and I'm glad you joined us tonight.
Well, thank you, Pat. It's always a pleasure to speak on this topic, and I thank you for the opportunity.
Well, it takes us back to the days when we actually started this product called, 4 years ago, 5 years ago, and those are the days when we actually knew just about everybody in Zija.
Right. That's right.
So, Noreen, there's so many new people, there's guests on the line. I just want them to know who you are. So could you tell us a little bit about yourself?
I'd be happy to. I've been a veterinarian for 21 years, and through that have gradually progressed into a holistic view on health and wellness. And through my own health challenges and results and continuing my education, I have, next thing I knew, I was so interested in nutrition that I actually became a certified nutritional counselor 8.5 years ago. So that certainly changed my daily routine. I now have 2 practices. I'm still a veterinarian, and then I also have a practice where I consult with people and try to help them solve their health complaints.
Mm-hmm. Yes, and you are one of my people that I go to and for my challenges, and I kind of wanted to hit that because, you get bombarded all the time with all these juice companies, etc., wanting you to come on board. And so what was it like when I approached you with this product?
Well, prior to the product, even, was just the topic of moringa and moringa oleifera, and I had never heard of the tree, and I was busy navigating my practice and really didn't have time to do homework. And honestly, as much as I did and do respect you, it just sounded too good to be true. What really got my attention, though, Pat, as you know, is certainly after having the opportunity to see you and reassess your status after you had been consuming the foundation product for, I think it was probably 3 or 4 months. That's then what made me really dig into some research about the moringa plant, and not only I was absolutely amazed, but then also doing homework on the company behind this product, because it was first to the market. No one had really heard of moringa, and I wanted to be quite sure that that I had something that I could utilize in my professional offices, not just on a lesser level of distribution. But this was a very, very big deal to me to actually utilize it in my offices. So a lot of homework.
And as I remember the day, you were kind of mad because you were promoting, another good product, and you go, my gosh, the moringa product is I'm not using the other one as much.
Well, yeah, my focus has always been in whole food nutrition, not synthetic vitamins. And so synthetic vitamins made in the laboratory really are not utilized by your body, and I knew that because of my own experience and certainly my studies. So my clients from the very beginning learned about whole food nutrition, and that was going to be, with handfuls, literally, of whole food supplements. It's not easy to get that. And so you're absolutely right. When I started to utilize Smart Mix and in my practice as a foundation, it was amazing how my patients and clients needed less and less of the other things. And yeah, there was a day where I looked on my shelf and thought, wow, I'm not selling any of this other stuff. People are so satisfied, and we're seeing result-based case after case, simply by consuming on a daily basis an abundant amount of moringa in this particular form, fruit, leaf, and seed, enzymatically alive, bioavailable, absorbed into the system so quickly with no burden of digestion, and that was key to people who are struggling, as well as people who are preventing issues.
And I just always have to put the disclaimer out, because none of us, we're not treating, curing, preventing, mitigating, absolutely nothing. All we're doing on this call tonight is telling you about an organic whole food drink. That's all we do. So when you started doing your research, what type of nutrients, what did you see in the moringa that appealed to you?
Well, the more I researched, I had to get over the idea that it was too good to be true. And when I present this to other nutritional counselors or nutritionists, they have the same comment. I remember one of them saying, "Gosh, this is like the holy grail of nutrition. How can it be this simple?" And that was one of the things I really liked about it. Is now my patients, myself, my family, everybody I care about could drink this and absorb the vitamins, the minerals, the omega-3, 6, and 9, all the needed amino acids, so the building blocks of protein. And so all those nutritional needs were met, but then it went beyond that, because I became very aware of the anti-inflammatories that were abundant in this tree. And not only, it doesn't even stop there, with antibacterials, antifungals, antivirals. So it's far more than a multivitamin. It is multiple vitamins. And so yes, you can consume this and feel very, very confident that you're getting far more than you can get if you had the $400 juicer and a trip to the organic market once or twice a day. You're going to get that and so much more. It's a very, very amazing, and that's why they call it the miracle tree. It really is that.
Well, over 92 nutrients.
Yes.
as Dr. Ben says, we don't even know how many over 90 days there is.
Absolutely, yes, absolutely over that.
Excellent, excellent. So let's just talk a little bit about some of them and how we would use them for those guests on the line. Mm-hmm. So I heard you say that, when we started, we just had basically the one product was the Smart Mix. Yeah. And we love it. We love the new and improved. Tell us a little bit about, that new and improved Smart Mix and what's in it.
Well, with a company such as this, I don't think will ever cease to amaze us with continued research. And now with Dr. Plant on board, he and Russ Bianchi together, it's just amazing how they continue to improve on really on everything. And so what we utilized in the early days was wonderful. And we saw bodies start to absorb nutrients and start to recover. But with individuals such as this now on our scientific research board, we see so much more innovation and developing. And so we can now, to have a product such as the new Smart Mix, it takes it one step further. So you certainly have that foundation of the moringa. But then to now feed the probiotics in our intestinal system, and that's huge. It is very important to have the probiotics, and so probiotics aren't necessarily impressed with the nutrition of the moringa, and so then they realize, hey, if we add chicory root to that, we can provide nutrition and even further benefits on that level to help our GI system is so important at every level of our health, from our immune system to it's amazing how so many problems, whether it's headaches, joint problems, allergies, depression, so much of that starts in the intestinal tract. And so to directly address the health of the digestive tract, in addition to moringa, adding that key element has been phenomenal.
Mm-hmm. But then for those that aren't interested in that, we just have the Super Mix that's just pure moringa.
Pure moringa, absolutely. And that is, you're going to get such an abundant serving of those anti-inflammatories and all the nutrients. But boy, that's where I really see the difference with that product is if I have someone who really has a high level of inflammation in joints and issues, then they're going to really see the benefits with that. And I'll be honest with you, I think it's nice to kind of alternate, to use a little of both, and that's certainly what we do here, is to have both on hand and to utilize both the Smart Mix and the Super Mix. Some people have a preference for whatever reason, and I never have a problem with one or the other. I think both are excellent and well suited for really everyone, even if someone is on a lot of medications or they have different diagnoses. It just doesn't matter. This is just food. It's a way to eat healthy. So either of those products are appropriate for anyone. And believe me, I have people coming in with a long list of drugs that they're on. As you said, we're not treating and we're not curing, and we're certainly not telling people not to take their drugs or their medications. But what my goal is, and I make that clear, is let's just see what results you notice if you start eating unbelievably well. And that's what this is. And people start to take note. I have them fill out a little checklist, how they feel now, and then it's in their own words, it's in their own assessment, in addition to what I do at my office. But this is a way that they can, when they share the product with someone else, because obviously you certainly don't need to be a health professional to suggest someone eat well in this form. So people can kind of check all that themselves, and they will see themselves progressively unwinding those issues, and then they get back with their doctor and discuss, what medication changes can be made.
Totally. Okay, then I can remember the day when they introduced the XM3 to us. I think it was like 10 o'clock at night and told us to take a swig at a convention. And I think a few people didn't sleep that night.
Right. Well, and then we start to go into some products that they have enhanced with other herbs. The XM3 and the XM Plus are going to have a natural plant-based caffeine, and that's sometimes people's radar goes up on that. But there's a difference between synthetic caffeine made in processed chemical laden drinks and things. That is much different than what we have. This is something that I have young folks that are med students, and find this. That was one of my first, just amazing stories, was people using that and then seeing just very good mental acuity and duration of not only athletic endeavors, but when you really need to be focused and concentrating. And so it's a great blend of herbs. It's not for everyone, simply because of the caffeine. But it is again, we have now an array of products that, given different people's needs and desires, we have truly something for everyone. And that is, boy, if you can just encourage people to get away from some of the very, very harmful things that they are drinking, truly harmful, and expose them to the XM3 or the XM Plus, I think as they give that a try, they'll see how they feel, and they'll be drawn to further nutrition.
Perfect. And then I remember also the day when they announced the weight management system, and I know we were all so excited about that because, of course, that's what North Americans, I'm afraid, a lot of us need, is to get a few of those pounds off, and some need quite a few pounds off. It's sad. Well,
Just consuming the base products, Smart Mix or Super Mix, we saw improved health, better energy, better metabolism, less cravings, and so right there people started to experience and get closer towards an optimum body weight. But you're right, there's extreme cases, and people want to move forward a little quicker, or they didn't see quite the results with just the nutrition. So in addition to the nutrition, always have to stress that the capsules that are so targeted at burning fat are not a standalone product. We always want to, and I just really stress this, that we nutrition every day. And then in addition to that, we do have now a couple of capsules again that are blended with some other herbs that will help you with your exercise endeavors, help you burn fat in a very efficient manner, and see quicker results. And that would be the XMAM and the XM Burn. Both of those do have caffeine in them, so again, some of those issues, if you cannot have any caffeine, blood pressure issues, things like that, then I encourage you to stay on the basic nutrition until you start to see those problems resolve. And then you may have the opportunity to use some of these other products, but they are labeled for that reason.
Mm-hmm. But the people that have those kind of issues, my gosh, I love the PM pill and how it makes me feel.
Yeah, the PM pill, and now I think the daily tea also. But yes, the XM PM is a fabulous product. There is not a stimulant in there. It does not make you sleepy. It's just indicating there's no stimulants. And so very, very wonderful blend of herbs that will help individuals who have high cortisol levels, and that's because of the high stress levels that we all deal with, and some of us more than others. And so, people are overweight for different reasons. And so when you start to look at these different products, it's really quite simple to kind of say, well, I think this makes sense to me, and get started on it. If you hit a little bit of a plateau, and sometimes when I have people hit a plateau, one of the main reasons is they aren't including the premium tea. And that is a very important product, whether you're in a weight loss program or not, because we are all exposed to so many toxins that it's very important that we, on a regular basis, detox the liver and continually cleanse the intestinal tract. And so it will have a bit of a laxative effect. It is very important. So many people deal with problems in the digestive tract that this is a way to really address both of those. And so, you make the tea at whatever level of strength or throughout the day, or, and really customize it to your needs. But it's very important, especially people losing weight, because they are releasing quite a bit of toxins back into the system that have been in those fat cells. So that can often be the reason why they hit plateaus or don't have the success they want. So we are all about not just simply losing pounds. We are about health, and through that health, reaching your optimum weight.
Mm-hmm. Yep. And the last part, and it's good for the weight management system. It's good for children. It's good for, oh my gosh, just any time. I love the Prime 90.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, key product. Amazing product. It's going to provide your body with 20 grams of protein, and right at 150 calories. You're going to add that to milk, or I love almond milk, and shake it up. Put it in a blender with additional fruit, and really make some wonderful that kids will love. And chocolate or vanilla, it's amazing. And then to have even more consumption of the moringa. And so, yes, athletes love it after their workouts to help assist in muscle recovery. But busy people, just, great thing to have at the office that you can just shake up and get that protein. I feel so much better if I consume protein rather than some other choices. And absolutely, children. It's a great way for them to start their day and to get off some of the, again, harmful things that children are consuming, and really contributing to the list of their health problems. It's really quite a concern. And yes, elderly oftentimes aren't making good food choices, and that is a very simple way, and again, very, very effective for them.
Excellent. All right. Well, we have to talk about the pets, Noreen.
Oh, yes.
Yes. I've been using the Smart Mix and now Super Mix on my horses, and just getting great results. I don't have to do the injections on my reiners. It's just been amazing, the anti-inflammatories. And I know you always have some great stories on different pets that you've been working on.
Well, our pets, unfortunately, our dogs are seeing so many of the diseases that we see with people, and it's sad to see. Yes, it's very, very sad with people seeing such an abundance of diabetes, heart disease, cancer, allergies, obesity issues, and we're seeing the same things with our dogs and our cats. And so, again, we look at the food. We look at the exposure to chemicals, and we have to start addressing that. And this is a very good way to enhance their nutrition and their ability to have the same benefits of the moringa. So Smart Mix and Super Mix, either one. The dogs, you can, again, this is such a wonderfully safe approach to nutrition, because if your body doesn't need what you've given it, it simply is passed. There's not any big concern. So you can take, a small dog, a quarter of a teaspoon of your powder. You can do that once or twice a day. You can add it to water. Many of them will lap it right up in a small amount of water. Don't put it in a big water bowl. It'll just sink to the bottom. Whether you can pour it on their food or throw a couple little treats in there, and they'll readily consume it. Medium dogs, maybe a half a teaspoon of one of the powders, the Smart Mix or the Super Mix. And again, once or twice a day. And large dogs, a teaspoon. Little larger dogs, a heap of teaspoons.
Well, my dog, I got a whole pack.
Yeah, the dogs love it. And you do see the results on those arthritic cases, on allergy cases, on really anything. Just like with people, it's just nutrition.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Well, I can remember your first case and how excited you were for that dog to be running around again.
Well, yeah, that was I remember that case very well, because it was out of necessity. This was a rescued dog, it was elderly and had a lot of problems. And the owner, I right away was thinking probably 3, 4, even 5 different things I wanted to suggest to this dog, and that would have been hard for the dog to consume. It would have been hard for the owner to have, in their budget. And so I thought, why am I not using the Smart Mix like I am in my nutritional office, this makes good sense for pets as well. And so, we started Crombie on just like what we talked about there, and within the week, an improved quality of life already.
Well, awesome. Well, Noreen, I really appreciate you joining us tonight. And I'll be having you on again. You're going to be one of my regulars.
Oh, wonderful.
And I'm sure you'll pull out some different cases that we can talk about with your animals. And it's always a pleasure, so thank you so much.
My pleasure. Thanks, Pat.
Okay, so you heard tonight about our product, and we just have an amazing product for everybody to use. But for those of you that are interested, this is a business opportunity. So tomorrow night is going to be one of our top income earners, and he's going to talk about how you can join Zija, and so please stay tuned for that call. And I appreciate all the guests that joined us tonight. So with that, I'm going to open up the lines.
Thank you so much, Pat Anderson. You're getting started leaving Maureen Cecil Murray, Charlotte, North Carolina.
Fantastic. Great job. Thank you, Roger. Great week.
Great call. First of all, Pat and Noreen, I really appreciate it.
Thank you.
Well,